So I'm back here again to talk about American domestic politics, and this is about the year. I said the year of evolution and the year of moral clarity, the year of the truth about everything coming to the surface. It's actually happening, and I already kind of predicted 2026 was going to be the year for that. Here's the thing: the Tea Party of the left. That's originally what I was going to talk about here. It is a real thing. All right. And you're seeing it. And that's why I said there's a populist movement going on in the country. And now it's the left tapping into it. And the DSA people have got fired up and motivated. And more people have joined DSA, which I'm on the verge of thinking about doing. Because I kind of like the work they're doing. I like what I'm seeing right now. Now, I did for a while think they were kind of a radical fringe group on the left, and I really didn't want to identify with any label. But I'm liking it. I'm kind of liking what they're talking about. I'm liking the movement. It looks encouraging. They're actually winning elections, and they're just more populist. And they're actually talking about ending the freaking wars, which we need to do. And I'm looking at the state of our government right now, and I'm thinking it only makes sense at this point. So that membership has tripled over the years. And now they've out-organized the Democratic Party establishment, and they're getting elected, which is pretty impressive, I have to say. But the thing is, Tea Party left's a real thing. And I was watching a stat that they showed on CNN, and it showed how everybody made a big deal about the Tea Party in 2010, and how the Republican Party grew to dislike the voters and end up growing to they grew to dislike the Republican Party, Republican voters, and that was true, but not the same magnitude Democrats feel about the Democratic Party. And they were showing how in 2010, even though a record number of Tea Party Republicans got elected, only like two or so incumbents got unseated that year. Two entrenched incumbents lost re-election. Now, this is the big wave of the Tea Party, but a lot of those people that won were running for open seats. So a lot of those Tea Party candidates that won in 2010 were not running against incumbents. They were running for open seats against Democratic incumbents. Okay, because back then, 2008, Democrats had trifecta power. They had record numbers of seats in office back then. Okay, and the Tea Party thing happened, and that was again funded by Koch brothers and a lot of corporate entities also. So it was not strictly a grassroots movement, FYI. Unlike DSA and the progressives and the Democratic Socialists of America, who actually are grassroots. But the numbers, the contrast. Okay, so example, 2010, only two incumbents lost re-election, two entrenched incumbents against Tea Party challengers. Guess how many incumbents lost re-election this year on the Democratic side? 5. And now they're predicting another possible 1 or 2 seats are going to flip in primaries. DSA members are likely going to beat 2 more Democratic incumbents in Congress. So that'll be 7. And this is against entrenched incumbents, not open seats. They didn't count open seats, I want to remind you. Open seats are doing even better. But entrenched incumbents, people that were currently in office, lost in primaries against DSA challengers at a record number, and still happening. The year's not even over. So they were showing the numbers, and in 2010, it showed 52% of Republican voters were satisfied with the Republican Party in 2010 during the Tea Party wave. Okay. Guess what the number is for Democrats today in 2026? Good guess. It's lower. So the amount of Democrats that are satisfied with the Democratic Party is only 47%. Now, some people may think that's a lot. It's not. Okay, it's not. That's not even 50%. It's not even 50%. So that means more than 50% of self-identified Democrats are dissatisfied with the current Democratic Party. Now, it's not in the way people think, because again, look how they're voting in these primaries. It's apparent it's because the party's not populist enough, and I've said this before. And they're not putting up a serious fight against this regime and this government. They're being complicit in it. They're being complicit. And they're not selling an alternative message to the American public. And the voters see that. And they're making excuses for not doing anything. Okay? They're protecting the status quo that got us to this point. They're busy vilifying candidates to their left to think that they're going to make themselves look good. No, because all the people you guys are canning on a regular basis, they're offering solutions and ideas unlike the leadership of the Democratic Party. Get a clue. Okay. So, the Democratic Party, the only people they should be mad at is themselves for not reaching outside the DC bubble. The political elite bubble that they're busy wrapping themselves in. Now they're getting outflanked by DSA. Rightfully so. Because at least DSA stands for something. At least these third-party movements stand for something. These two institutional parties are not serving the American public anymore. That's bottom line. That's just fact. You know, so it's encouraging to see that. I mean, and that's why I said, you look at those numbers where they said only 30% of people approve the Democratic Party. That's accurate. I'm a Democrat, and I hate the Democratic Party leadership. So you can include me in that poll. Doesn't mean I'm voting for Republicans. So when they look at those numbers, they go, oh, they're more unpopular than Republicans. But how come Democrats are winning now? Because they're still voting for Democrats. They're just trying to vote for different types of Democrats. You can dislike a party that you're a member of and still be a member of that party. I know the media doesn't understand how that works. But people know the reality is only a two-party system in this country. They vote for the candidate closest aligns with their views. Okay. You see a lot of disillusion right now with the Republican base, the Republican Party. Doesn't mean they're not Republicans, though. They're still Republicans. But they're going to want to vote for different types of Republicans now. And this happens with any administration gets in power. If they promise a bill of goods and don't deliver, their own voters are going to get mad at them because they're realizing you're not doing what we thought you were going to do. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's just reality. But it's encouraging. I look at this and go, I want to see more of it, please. I kind of like the chaos because we need it. We need to shake in the system. We need a shake up. We need these people in power to wake up and see what's coming. Because, you know, that's the only way things are going to change. That is the only way things are going to change. And we need it. And I'm encouraged by the rise of independent media, the amount of content creators out there, you know, being the messengers to the public. We need more of it. You know, more people getting politically engaged. I'm actually encouraged by amidst all the chaos under Trump. There is a silver lining, and I said this before, and the silver lining is only going to grow from here. So, that's all I have to say in this video. Anyways, y'all, you have a great, lovely, beautiful night and blessed day. Goodbye.